Watsi Hopa. This is Governor Martin Kowemy Jr., and I hope all of you are keeping safe during this time. I'm sure many of you received notification of the recent positive COVID-19 cases at our Laguna Middle School and Laguna Elementary School. Other local schools that have been impacted include St. Joseph Mission School and the Grant Cebolla County Schools. I want to ensure everyone that Laguna Department of Education, Grant Cebolla County Schools, the Emergency Operations Center, and the tribal leadership are working closely together to monitor and provide support to the families impacted by this situation. Unfortunately, with the virus still circulating around the United States and our local community, we have to be diligent in continuing COVID-19 safe practices on a daily basis, and we cannot let our guard down. We need to adjust to this new way of living safely with the virus. I cannot urge you enough to think about how your personal actions will impact our community, schools, and work. On this screen is the Pueblo's current COVID-19 case update. The POL EOC current data is showing that the unvaccinated people are linked to spreading the virus to vaccinated individuals and children who are too young to get vaccinated. If you are not yet vaccinated, I highly recommend getting a vaccine for yourself. It is not only for your protection, but to protect those you love who are around you. At this phase of the pandemic, the virus is now beginning to test our community to see if we really are capable of taking care of one another. That means being safe when you're in town, wearing your face mask, washing your hands often, keeping a safe distance from outside your household, and knowing who your children come in contact with. Right now, there are a select few in our community that are failing to uphold the values of respect and discipline needed to safeguard our most vulnerable population, our children. And it's impacting our school system and workplaces. This screen shows the school's current case count. We are a small community, and when exposure happens, it has the potential to impact a large number of households, multiple school systems, and workplaces. At the moment, school exposures are currently impacting workplaces and our services to the community because some families have been required to quarantine. When exposure occurs, if you are not contacted by a contact tracer, you do not have to quarantine your household. If you are quarantined, please be truthful and honest about your situation. Contact tracing and regular testing are proven tools to stop the spread. By working with a contact tracer, you are helping to stop the virus from further spreading into your community and possibly keeping someone out of the hospital. As a reminder, your vaccination will keep you from getting severely sick and out of the hospital, but you can still unknowingly spread the virus to others. We know these exposures will create anxiety among the people, but we remind you that the Pueblo is striving to keep our community safe through regular observation testing for the Pueblo Laguna workforce, Pueblo Laguna entity employees, and our Laguna schools. And we have mandated vaccination efforts that resulted in full vaccination of 100% of the POL workforce, 99% of POL entity employees, 100% of staff and faculty of the LDO schools, and 100% of all student households who attend in-person learning. These are some of the community efforts that took many months for the EOC to successfully implement so that our people can safely return to their jobs and schools and can resume in-person learning. Now, this is only one piece to the puzzle. A question we've asked as tribal leadership is, how do we get the community involved? Because safeguarding our community is going to take all of our individual efforts. We need your support. Everyone can start by monitoring yourself, household for any type of sickness or illness you may be feeling. Please do not go to work or take your child to school even for the slightest symptoms like a cough or sore throat. In the last few weeks, our contact tracers are seeing symptoms similar to the flu, such as fever, chills, body aches, sore throat, and sinus pressure, and congestion. We are in a season where the weather is changing. Cold and flu season is here and people are affected by allergies. This is a time to be extra cautious and consult with your place of work and school before showing up. Again, if you are feeling sick, stay home. And lastly, there are those of you who were very fortunate to hear and learn the teachings of our grandparents. They have always reminded us that we are connected and related in some way. This way of thinking isn't new to us, but this virus is reminding us that we have gotten so far away from this teaching and we need to start considering others before ourselves. It is very critical that we begin taking care of those we love and consider their safety in everything we do. I wish you all well. Keep your children and others safe. Thank you. Use take juice the tawazi yani elzi tawazi nuksnash juice. Maima miuna hashseme guma barshu komani. Say hopa no ishak juice.